Hey guys, thanks for joining. If you'd like more, feel free to subscribe or visit www.stretchysuzies.com. Thank you. When you're ready, we're going to start lying on our backs. Okay, so we're going to start by taking 4 big breaths in and out through the nose. And on these, when we're breathing throughout the class, we want to try and keep our spine supported and have a little bit of engagement in our abdominal core muscles rather than just letting them go, especially when we're moving our legs around, and we want to try and keep our upper body solid rather than kind of letting it all flop about. And the same when in planking and other exercises that we come to later on, is if we can keep this breathing going, it will help. It'll help. Okay, so we're going to start by taking a breath in through the nose. And as we breathe in, see we can just let everything expand. So your belly expands, your ribs expand, your chest. And then exhale, everything falls. And again, we'll do the same. So inhaling, feeling everything expand. So your belly, you can even use your hands to feel. And then exhaling, everything full. Now we're going to try and keep our belly a little still. So on the inhale, everything else is expanding. So your sides, your ribs, your back. So keeping a little bit of contraction, and then exhaling, just feeling everything full. And then focus on contracting even more. So drawing your pelvic floor muscles up and then bracing slightly. And then one more, inhaling, keeping that little bit of bracing going on in the lower belly. So expanding your ribs, your chest, your back, your side, your waist. And then exhaling, feeling even more contraction, drawing in and out. So another thing as well is we want to try and keep our spine in its longest position. Everyone's got a slightly different spine. So some may have more of a curve, some may be more flatter at the back. So you want to find that position where you feel most length, and we want to hold still and use our abdominals to support, or back core muscles to support our spines. So see if you can almost try and grow as long as possible now. So try and reach the crown of the head away. I want to tuck the chin in a little bit, especially if our neck's kind of arched behind. Maybe even grow your feet away. Maybe even do a bit of a pelvic tilt. So pressing your lower back into the floor and see if you can lift it off the floor. Press the lower back into the floor and see if you can lift. And try and find a position for you that you feel most comfortable, most long and supported. And we want to maintain this position. So on the inhale, we're going to bring our right knee in without letting as we lift the right leg, without letting ourselves suddenly pop out, our belly just kind of let go and relax. So we're keeping that contraction. We're going to lift the right leg up into the air and then bend the knee and see if we can just hug the knee into the chest. And just see how the back of the leg feels, how this right hip feels. And let's just start to make little circles with the leg. And just open up, warm up, mobilize the hip. And just notice if there's any tension going on around. So remember to keep breathing, keep supporting. So when we next bring the right knee in, so we're going to hug it again. We're going to start to straighten the right leg. You might get a nice stretch down the back of the right leg. Doesn't have to straighten. And then on the exhale, we're going to control the leg back down to the floor without your back popping off the floor. So you press into the left leg, you can flex the left foot, and really brace and control the movement down. So nice and easy. We're going to do the same on the other side. So just push down into the right leg, try and maintain that nice position for your spine. We're just going to start to lift the left leg up. As you bring the left leg in, we can bend the knee, press the knee into the chest, just notice the stretch, and then start to circle the left knee around. Again, just see how the left hip is. See if you can keep your body still rather than letting it rock all over the place. So there'll be a little bit of engagement and bracing going on to stop you from upper body from really being thrown around with that leg. And then change directions with the circles. So let's bring the left knee back into the chest now, and we'll start to straighten the left leg out. And again, just watch the stretch in the back of the leg. Doesn't have to straighten. It may straighten. And then we can flex the right foot, press into the right leg, let go with the left leg, and slowly control the left leg down. And again, keeping that bracing without letting your body be dragged or hips be pushed, pulled forward. So slowly lower there, and then rest there. So we're gonna speed up the movement. So as inhale, let's lift the right leg back up. And up to you now, if we want to get the stretch in the back of the leg, we can keep go as straight as possible. If you'd rather just stay quite bent and you still feel good, maybe a bit of a stretch there anyway, just feel, and it's a bit easier with the bent knee, feel free to bend the knee. So either you can go straight leg or bent leg. We're going to lock out the other leg now as well. So let's maybe point the left foot, start to brace. Now as this one comes up, we may want to try and tip, so try and keep supporting. And then we're going to keep switching the legs over. So let's keep switching the legs and keep enjoying the stretching as we switch. Maybe going deeper on each one, but just take it easy, not to overdo it. So we want to keep bracing. It's the first stretch for my hamstrings today, so they're feeling a little tight. But they'll soon warm up. So if you're feeling that too, as the more we go, the more they'll warm and open, and then we can slowly go further. So don't worry if we're not going to our maximum or anything like that. We're just going, so it's following the feelings in our body that feels good, feels right at the time. So if anyone's finding that we're quite supported, we could maybe stay here all day, maybe not. We're going to make it more intense. So we're going to start to lift up the head and shoulders, and this will increase the stretch as well. We can bring the chin towards the shin, keeping that other leg locked. Remember, we can do the same with bent knees, and we want to keep bracing, and we're not letting our upper body be kind of tugged at all. So it's still going and still breathing. So we're keeping inhaling, expanding, but without letting your belly kind of relax. Try and keep your neck as well in a nice position, so you can maybe make a fish-shaped gap between the chin and chest, and so it's more neutral rather than it being really kind of cranked one way or the other way there. So getting that nice long neck as well. Hamstrings are starting to warm up a little bit more. My core muscles are starting to warm up. So holding on is making it a little bit easier, so that we kind of leg can rest in the hands, and we can use the hands to deepen the stretch. Harder now, we're going to take the hands away and we pop the hands behind the head, support the neck, and now we have to work to make the stretch and to support that leg in the final position. So we can go back to any option anytime, or rest anytime, remember. So keep listening to your body. So keep bracing. Keep breathing. We slow our breath down, it'll make it easier. Calmer, tough times. So this is the last option now. We're going to try and keep going a little bit longer. If you're really bracing, hopefully we're feeling that. So you can keep lifting if you want more. Bring the leg in closer, chin towards the shin more. And then when you're ready to rest, we'll just lower the legs down. Lower the head and shoulders down. If you want to give the legs a little shake off and your hips a little shake. Okay, so round two. So let's bring the right knee into your chest, and now bring the left knee into your chest also. And we're now going to start circling both knees around. And as we circle both knees, just notice how your back's feeling, pressing into the floor at different angles. So you may get a nice little massage. And then change directions with the circles. So this now is going to be a little bit more challenging, because we're going to try and do the same with double legs, both legs together. So let's bring the knees into the chest and inhale. On the exhale, we're going to start to kick the legs out. So we can keep the knees bent like we did the first one, to make it a little bit easier. Keep bracing, and as we bring the legs out, we want to keep our spine in its longest position without letting our pelvis kind of rock and our lower back feel any strain, no straining going on. Easier saying knees in line with the hips, or maybe less than that. And then bring the knees back in, inhale. Exhale, then we can kick the legs out and we can straighten the knees. So it's a little bit more challenging. And then inhale as we bring the knees in. Harder, we can go lower to the floor with the legs, but again, we want to go to the point that we can control the movement and we're not being dragged up off the floor. And then inhale. So head and shoulders down for the first one, and we're going to keep adding on. Arms then where comfortable, you can hug the knees in each time if that feels okay for the hips. So make sure we're bracing as the legs goes up. So it's hard, any option. You might want to mix up the options and go one easy, two hard, or stay quite easy today if that's what you feel. But you're still going to be working, still going to be progressing. Okay, so let's have a go now at lifting the head and shoulders. You might find as we lift the head and shoulders, we can go a little bit further. So let's lift the head and shoulders up as it changes the shape of the spine a little, so it'll help find this shape. So brace and then bring the knee back in. So inhale on the easy, exhale with extra supported. Do like we did at the start with the breathe in. Really draw, exhale everything, draw up your belly in and out, the pelvic floor muscles. Okay, and then we're going to take the hands to support the head. So when you're ready to, hands behind, and let's carry on there. So if you want to come back to holding the knees, come back to holding the knees. Otherwise, no holding. Take a break after this, and we're moving on to sequence 2. If you want to go faster, we can always speed it up, so you can keep that support on the inhale too. Otherwise, you can inhale, rest, and then exhale when you really support it, escape the legs. So we're going to try and go another 5. Another 4. Another 3. Last 2. And then final one. And then when you're ready to, we'll rest the legs down and rest. Okay, so this concludes this little sequence. If you want more, let's move on to the next.